Welcome back to AI Lemon Platinum Trophies Guide Friends part number 11. And we have about 4 to 5 parts left ahead of us. And now we've reached the point that's pretty nasty. I'll show you again how to get through here and how to get the Bloodworker trophy. We're going to get it in this section, so friends, give a thumbs up, run back here, and let yourself fall down here. And it gets pretty tricky here because you mustn't fall off, of course. Go down here, onto this beam, then jump over here. Be really careful, the camera must always be perfectly straight. Back here in the corner, in the pipe, there's something else. Take that with you and then continue through here. In my opinion, crystal something, crystal remnants as far as I know. Walk along here, and then go back there. Let yourself fall down into the corner on the left, and then you will be further down. Now get back on the beam here and then follow this path, and friends, run straight through completely. And when you arrive here, go left at the intersection. And you'll see a door below and the next platform, and you just let yourself fall down there as well. Here we find the last Bloodworker fighter, and we'll take care of him now, and should then receive the trophy. Collect alcohol at the end here and then call the elevator and ride up here. Up there, the Bloodworker enemy will appear, and you need to take him down. And yes, friends, unfortunately, I can't show him to you here anymore because it crashed again. Great stuff, I'm always really thrilled, but the Bloodworker is definitely here. So push yourself up, take him down, he's not that strong. You will defeat him and then you will get the Bloodworker trophy. In the boss room, it's best to take the stone with you, but don't proceed further here, as they can fall down from above, which isn't ideal. So just go back here, and take the elevator. Back down, it's much faster. In my opinion, yes. And most importantly, you can't just fall into the depths. So use the elevator and go back down. And now we can continue here. We have the blood trophy in our possession. We found all the blood fighters and defeated them all. And with that, you've got it. Walk back here and then let yourself down in the corner. Fall onto the beam. It's a bit tricky. Be a little careful and let yourself fall down here. Now, friends, you absolutely need to be full of energy, otherwise you won't survive the next fall. And I had about 40 health, roughly. So maybe level up a bit in this area. And then you'll survive this jump here too. Just barely. But be careful. You also do a roll here. Whenever you fall from such a height, it's really important to keep the camera perfectly straight so you can get the resonance of the present here. We did that, and then we turn around. And from up here, let yourself fall down again with full energy. Yes, and then we barely survived this fall again, so full energy is really important. Now, definitely raise your weapons in. Strengthen yourself, because a small butterfly is coming, and we need to deal with it very, very quickly. It will fly away from us. So we add fire and penetration here. And then we can go over to the butterfly and take it out as quickly as possible. Friends, it's very important to be careful, not to let it lure you to the edge, where you can easily fall off. So pay a little attention there, and then you'll get something here. The dew essence, which is of course very important, and also take the pure crystal here. Then we turn around and follow this path along and fall down here at the back. Left. Once down onto this pipe, kind of onto this modest, and from here we have to jump over to the other side, friends. And now comes the most difficult jump of all. We have to let ourselves fall down here at the corner. And it's best if you go a little to the left of the edge and fall down really slowly. The next one is also really difficult. Keep the camera really straight here, because you'll do a roll when you land below. And it usually knocks you down. So really make sure you fall down very, very straight. Let yourself fall with full energy. Very important, so you can make it here, into the section. And you can of course collect something back here. It's nothing too special now, but you have to go this far. I know either way, go this way because I haven't found another path. In any case, we also picked up the crystal bones here. And you need to get onto this platform on the right here. Of course, be very, very careful so you don't fall off. Definitely, go right here again, and use this platform. Don't just jump down now, friends. That would still be too high, so just keep walking along here. And then use the platform at the edge back here to fall down. Yes, there's another platform here. Feel free to jump over there so you don't hit the ground directly. And then you're down, friends. It really took me quite a long time, especially the last jump. So, it's pretty tricky, and very, very annoying, I must say, this part. But when we get to the bottom, there are many rewards and especially a well-hidden path to get another trophy. So it's important that we go this way once. And, especially because of the rope essence and all the side quests here. So we continue walking through here, then we come down into a dark sewer system. Walk through the pipe once, yes. And then all the way at the back, I think we get stones. Or something like that. Completely irrelevant, a pure crystal, even, yes. Just walk straight through here. Now nothing can really happen to you. There's also a branch up ahead. We can activate it in a moment, but first go left here, because there's a memory here. To the left in the corner, and opposite that is the branch with a very, very large door. And we'll open that right away as well. But first, go to the branch, and we'll do one thing at a time. Activate the branch, and then a memory will appear next to the branch, and you can take it with you. Grab this memory, and you'll get a very important seal from the memory, which is very, very good. We'll use it right away, because it's really very good. And I'll show you as well how to upgrade it and so on. So definitely talk to the memory here, and you'll get the tree seal, which is really top notch. We'll take it right away, and it makes us really strong. And yes, friends, but first let's head to the checkpoint, and we'll travel back once. Specifically here, to the forecourt on the roof where the merchant is. We remember, in the last video we found the merchant's map. And we want to hand it over here now, then we'll also receive the trophy for the merchant and get 3 more glimmering quartz. Otherwise, we'll now take the new seal, namely the tree seal, which increases stability and boosts the sink rate to 50% over time. The cool thing about it is, if we upgrade it right away, it boosts the sink rate automatically to 75%. And the damage taken doesn't reduce your health, which is actually pretty cool. That's why we're fully upgrading the tree seal. And you see, you get a decent amount of stability, added and always have 75% sink rate, automatically refilled, which is pretty good. Then choose the seals of your choice here. I always have penetration with me, so that's important. Otherwise, focus a lot on stability and resistance, everything, of course. And yes, then we can actually move on, friends, and we're going to teleport again now. And now we're going back to the Twilight Dome, specifically to this Colosseum Arboretum, and there we find the guy who has always cleaned the earth for us. And here we also get the last earth cleaned and then receive the trophy for having 10 ranks. So, go through the entire dialogue with him. It really takes a long time. And he tells you a really interesting story for the whole game, actually. And it's pretty cool how it's done. Definitely choose 10 to branch here. And now you get the last potion here. And you should thus also have the trophy, because you now have 10 life potions, and thus the trophy. So far so good, let's move on, and now we're heading to the improvised camp. Because we now need to open this door, where we essentially and fundamentally traveled away from, and from there, indeed, from the improvised camp, we can get a companion whom we've known for a long time and who will help us open the door. So we go over here, and talk to her, and tell her what we've found. And indeed, she offers her help to open the door. And that's great, because we definitely want to do that right away. So, have we talked to her completely, and can then go back to the checkpoint? And now, of course, we go back to the big door, specifically the tree door, to actually open this door. After that, there's a small boss fight, but it's not too hard, so it's not that bad. Go over here, and talk to her, and she will want to join you. We also open the door, and then we're basically right in the boss fight. And yes, buff yourselves up a bit, she will then support you. There are 5 bloodworkers in total. And you have to take them all down one by one. So go in there and use penetration. It worked quite well for me with fire damage. But as I said, the enemies here aren't really that strong. You'll see, when we go in with penetration and then use a special, they're down relatively quickly. That's why, actually, easy boss at this point. You also get a bit of support, of course. The cool thing is, you sometimes create a healing circle, and yes, you can just stand in it and continuously gain energy, which is actually really overpowered because you basically can't die. Yeah, definitely stick with it. As I said, the enemies aren't particularly difficult. You can now see the healing circle here. Feel free to step inside, and you'll see how quickly your health regenerates. And yes, you just take them all down here. And that really shouldn't be an issue, friends. That's why it's important that it ends here. Once you've stomped the 5 ladies into the ground, we can move on right away. Because, so far, so good. Because, we'll take down the last one here as well. And piercing is really strong. And, we actually can't die here. So, it would really be an unfortunate coincidence. But if you do die, it's not a big deal, just don't go in. Which nucleus are we getting here now? We then, of course, talk to her once, and she tells us to just keep going, yes. And that's exactly what we do because we just run through here. And then we jump off the edge here and come to a new area below. Here at the tree, we also learn a lot about the history of the Leaf Weavers. In this episode, we really learned a lot of history, which I personally find pretty cool. Because there are some things I've actually wondered about before, like how it was back then. And the story is really well done, in my opinion. So continue going, and here, talk to the lady. It's a very, very long dialogue. You then respond to, continue the mission. And then the dialogue eventually finishes. It's really a very, very long conversation. But at least go in here at the back once. And grab, back here, the whirlpool seal. We need all the seals. So make sure to take this part with you. When you're done, go through here once. And friends, I skipped a lot in that dialogue. There are some spoilers coming up, which I deliberately left out. Watch the dialogue until the end. Then simply say that you want to continue the mission. Just keep going all the way through here, now. And back here we find a small item in the form of clothing, so walk through here once. And here in the back area, if we walk all the way along the right side, we find a teleport and some clothing back here. And then we actually head out again, namely back here. To the left, there's the clothing, which we take with us, and it's the Guardian helmet and Guardian armor. And then we go up here, and there's a teleport we can use. Looks a bit like a branch, but it's not one. And when we arrive here, we're in the sewers, basically right at the very beginning, in the first section. Also, pretty cool how it's done. It's relatively funny. We just go back here and through this pipe, and we really come out in the very first section, namely down here, with the Negroes, who are all one hit now. And now you'll soon see where we are, and you'll definitely remember it. So let's take the seal with us, the collapsed seal, and we can also take a note. Here. And there's some pretty crazy stuff in it. And yes, friends, story-wise, I think it's very well done. Definitely run down here and let yourself fall into the pipe if you've taken care of everything up here. Go down here, bam, and then turn around. There are still a few things here. A couple of guys. You quickly take care of them. Run through here once. And then you really come to the section where we walked at the very beginning. You definitely remember where the guy was banging on the bars. And that's exactly where we are again now. Here. And yes, friends, this is actually the beginning. And here is the item that we, of course, take with us. And then we're almost at the end of this part, friends. We also take the Plattworker swords here, and then we've basically run through here once. We are now back at the very first tree, friends. and in the next video, it continues. So feel free to give a thumbs up and leave a comment, or